The semifinals end on this game right here. We got ourselves a doozy to close out the semifinals. Make sure you stand by for it. We got a little breakdown for you, but it's the Collegiate Sim Football Alliance back in your face. We just got through with one of the semifinals games. It was a real good one. I recommend you checking it out, me personally, but we still have to see who the winner of that first game gets to play. So make sure you stand by for that. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, like the videos, do what you need to do to get on the field, and show some love to all of our homies. Down in the description down below, we got Furious Sports, Hollywood Sports, and Sports Universe doing their thing on the Discord side. And we also have the homies on the Sim League affiliate, Goals, Great One Hockey Sim League, doing their thing on the ice. We're on the gridiron here. And I got my homie right here, Caboose, league owner, doing his thug thizzle. I knew I had to say it one time for one of these sims, but how's everything going, boss man?
Hey, we are doing great out here, working on commentating these playoffs. It's a pleasure and an honor to be out here, and we're working on big, great things for you guys come season 4 and beyond. Got a few plans in motion, so be on the lookout for those.
Big facts on that. I can't wait to see how it goes down in the DM, as the young folks say. But we got Central Houston Central Houston Polytechnic taking on Mile High University. Bloodhounds versus Giants in this one. I can't wait to see how this one goes down. Who you think has the advantage on this one? How are the teams looking?
In seasons past, it's been a pretty much 50-50 split, with Mile High usually edging out Central Houston, as we've seen in previous natties. However, this season it's a bit of a different story. Central Houston had to have a small retool kind of in the middle, and they never really developed a run game, whereas Ulf has is declaring for the draft this year and has exploded out onto the scene running the ball, and it doesn't really seem to matter who he runs through, he gets yards. So I personally just think Mile High quite literally runs away with this game.
Just looking like the outlook on my end as well, but we cannot sleep on this offensive front that Central Houston Polytechnic is working with. We got a Heisman Trophy winner in the season 1 for Ulf Jacobson. We also have the season 2 Heisman Trophy winner on the other side of the field named Vic Dotson. I wonder whose user player that is, but I'm looking forward to seeing both of these players do their thug thizzle. I said it twice in the span of 2 minutes. I can't do it. I can't waste it like that, but I can't wait to see how this one goes down. We got the verdict here coming for you in just a little bit. As soon as I can find my mouse, I actually found it pretty quickly, but it's going to be popping up in just a little bit. I don't know why it's taking a little bit, but it's up right there. And it looks like it's 63% in favor of Mile High. Kind of leaning on how we were saying here. We were kind of thinking that Mile High kind of has that juice to get the job done. But the developers are split. Danny and Joe, they're saying that the number 3 seed is heading to the Natty on this one. How are you thinking about this one?
I think I agree in regards to score. It's going to be a high-tempo, high-paced game. You've got arguably one of the best passing offenses against the hands-down best run offense. Both teams' defenses are going to have to be up to the challenge, and I think that's going to make the difference because in recent games, Mile High's pass rush has been up to the task of shutting down Sean Bridges.
Big facts on that. I can't wait to see how this one goes down. Both teams are ready, all updated, all good to go, strategies in. With your blessing, let's go ahead and get this one rolling.
Yep, let's start another chapter in this historic rivalry.
Let's do the darn thing here. It's getting all loaded up, all good to go. Like I said, make sure you like and subscribe and hit up all of our affiliates. I did a good thing for you guys. I made sure that it was all shortened for the description there, so a lot easier to digest, so you can see what we could do for you. All the links are available for you as well to join all of our various Discords doing their thing. But outside that, I'm just hyped to see this one go down, and this is going to be a real good one. I got a feeling.
Yeah, they always are great games.
And we're going to get this one started in just a little bit here. Looks like Mile High is going to be sending it to Central Houston Polytechnic, and we are underway in Denver, setting up this one right here. Isaiah Fowler is going to be the return man, taking it to around the 29-yard line or so. Let's see what this Central Houston Polytechnic offense got in them.
Well, I'm looking for passes, and I'm looking for a lot of them.
And they started out with the pass, Kevin Lee right there for a gain of 3. Make sure that performance mode is on for my Streamlabs before it crashes on me again. It's going to be Ricardo Williamson for a gain of 1. Giving it to the fullback there. He's going to set up a third and medium.
I have a questionable call. I mean, you know you don't have the best run offense, so why hand it to the fullback? As Mile High already forcing a 3-and-out here.
Kind of had myself on mute right there. My bad, but that was a bad drop there on that receiver. But he's going to set up 1st and 10 here for the football Giants. Their first attempt on offense. They're going to give it straight to that man. And a solid gain to start this one off will get them to the 41. Mile High already starting like they want to.
Yeah, I mean, already a 14-yard gain on his first run. I mean, Ulf is up for another Heisman discussion, and it's for good reason.
Good reason indeed. Taking that for another gain of 2, keeping it rolling, and they move to the 5 wide. Let's see what James West got cooking left side, and he's got Jackson Rodriguez the 6th. That's too many Jackson Rodriguez in my personal opinion, but hey, that's not my call. I was not in the bedroom. It's going to be 3rd and 2. And they're going to give it straight to Ulf, and he's getting stuffed by Leonard, and that's going to take it back to the Central Houston side of things, and it'll get take number 2 on offense. And a not so great punt there. Who asked for a better punter is going to be 1st and 10 here for Central Houston Polytechnic. And it's going to be Edwards with his first carry. His first start in a playoff game is going to be interesting to see how he responds to the lights. It's going to be 2nd and 10, though, a gain of 0. And it's going to be Bridges looking for a man again, left side, and looks like he underthrown his receiver, and it's going to be 3rd and 10. Taking the handoff and avoids the sack, but he just had to throw that one away. It's going to be a quick 3-and-out there for the Bloodhounds, and Mile High's going to be back on.
Yeah, but field position-wise, Central Houston is winning this.
And is doing a lot better with that punt. Now Mile High's going to have to start inside the 20, down at the 17.
But hey, all it takes is 1 or 2 big plays from this very capable offense, and they'll be all the way back down there.
Off Jacobson stopped there for a gain of 2. Central Houston doing somewhat decent outside of that first run, but they'll need to get more tackles behind the line of scrimmage. Not going to get one there, but it'll set up a 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5, though, even still, is not a safe distance for them. But hey, I'll eat my own words. That's all right.
And a real big stop right there is going to give that ball right back to Central Houston. Sending it right back to around the 45-yard line or so for John Carter, taking to the 40. And that's going to be 1st and 10 Bloodhounds once again. Looking to get some yardage, getting on the scoreboard.
Actually, that's their own 40, not the 45.
I got confused there. My bad. Stop. Got it at the 35, took it to the 40, something like that. We'll get the numbers right.
Not at 45.
What's that?
You were just a play behind. You were a play ahead.
Oh, my bad. I'm going ahead. I get confused there. But Edwards going to dash down the sidelines there for a gain of around 10, 15 or so, like that, something like that. A little sketchy right there on the numbers right now. It's kind of late, but we're keeping it moving. 1st and 10, left side, and caught by Kevin Lee. There's going to be a gain of 4 on the play.
It's all right. I'll teach Stacks his numbers a little bit later off stream.
There's a learning curve, I'm trying to tell you. Passing it left side, wide open, Vic Dotson, and there goes that other man. Season 2 Heisman right there, making plays, and Central Houston's in the 20.
Well, Bridge is really showing up right now.
They definitely need a hit. Lynn still gets to the Edwards, takes it up the field, inside the 5. They go to the 2. Move the chains, Bloodhounds.
But it looks like they're going to try and throw.
No, they tried to run, and he's going to get stuffed. And that's going to be Grant on the tackle, move him outside the 5. It's always inside the 5 where it's really tough in this sim, and it's going to give it to the fullback again, and he almost bounces into the end zone that time.
That was a little sketchy, but thankfully they got him to fall sideways instead of forwards.
3rd and goal here. And they're going passing offense right side and incomplete. A little bit overthrown, and I think the wide receiver just outran the ball a little bit. But it's going to set up 4th and goal, and it should be an easy kick here.
Yeah, this is a chip shot right here.
And he proves that it's not that easy from 18 yards out. Wow. They go scoreless, but there is solace in this. They're on the 1 yard line, is Mile High.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, just the angle of it maybe. Threw him off a little bit. Just didn't get enough of the angle, but oh well.
Playoff jitters probably for that freshman kicker, but Ulf is definitely there to give some breathing room before the first quarter ends, and we are surprisingly scoreless.
Yeah, what we thought was going to be a high-scoring affair has actually turned into kind of a defensive struggle.
2nd and 6, they're going to give it to Ulf, and he's not going to quite get the first down. Central Houston with a big 3rd down situation on defense, and if they could get the stop, they could get some solid yardage. They're going to try it, and Ulf is going to fall forward, and it's going to be enough for the first down, just stretching those arms out.
Well, Ulf does what he's done all season, and that's get first downs.
West, handoff, Jacobson, gain of 8.
You'll get it one of these days.
Someday. I mean, it's not like I've seen his name like 3 seasons straight or something like that. I'll get it eventually. Another right side run. And he's going to be a little short there, and it's going to be 3rd and inches.
I wonder if they're going to try and throw it here. It's 3rd and short.
11 for 40.
Off guard.
11 for 40 so far, but so far Ulf is doing what he needs to do. He's getting those yards.
Yeah, slowly but surely he is getting them.
Mr. Reliable, 12 for 43 at the current moment. Give it to the left side, and he's going to get another 5 or so on the play.
Got 13 or 48.
3 wide out, 1 tight end set here. There's going to be a handoff on the reverse, and he's going to get chopped down right at the line of scrimmage, but he does get 1. He's going to set up another 3rd down.
Yeah, I kind of want to see what West does. I want to see him pass here just a little bit. Oh, pitch play out to the side. That'll get a first.
Hey, sometimes you don't need to pass when you got that man in the backfield. Just give it to him in open space, and he'll do some magic, and he gets another first down. And they start on the 1 yard line, almost at midfield, and it looks like he will get right towards midfield with that play. I don't even know how many times they ran the ball, but it's been effective no matter what. West is passing finally, and he's going to have to throw that one away. Central Houston dialing up that blitz at the right time.
Still 3rd and short. You got the best running back in the league. Nice, easy conversion, if you ask me.
Might as well, and he gets stuffed. Ward with the tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and Central Houston doesn't get the stop they wanted to at the 1 yard line, but the stop at the 50 does the exact same thing. No points for the opposition, and that ball will roll into the end zone for the touchback. Looking to see what Central Houston could do on offense. They're going to try Vic Dotson again, and he's going to get a gain of 6 on that play. And it'll be interesting to see if Mile High can slow that man down, especially if Sean Bridges can reenact some of that Season 2 flavor. Hand off Edwards, and it's going to be a gain of around 2, make it 3rd down. See right there, -1 yards there for Edwards, trying to change it here, and he's not going to. That's a stop behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of 1, and he's going to be like 4 carries for -2 yards at the current moment, but he still has that nice catch for 30, so I guess that offsets that if you want to think of it that way. But regardless of that, they're going to give it back to Mile High. Angel Flugel taking as far as he can to around the 33. Neither offenses can get into the end zone nor get points. It's going to be off Jacobson.
It's not for a lack of trying.
Yeah, it's not for a lack of trying at all. It's just the defenses, they're standing tall when they need to, off closing in on 20 carries, and I don't think he'll get on this next 2 plays here. Is going to be incomplete, and those are the passes you got to complete. When you throw it to the wide open man, you got to make sure you haul it in, and that is why you update folks to avoid those plays. 3rd and 8 coming up, definitely a passing situation. Gets home, but it does not get all the way. But it's going to be another stop from Central Houston. They have a shot before halftime.
Jacobson able to snag that away from the defender, saves the interception.
Saves the interception indeed. It's going to be John Carter making the first man miss. And that's going to get him to around the 29-yard line. They're definitely looking to get some points here before the half and see if they can get something rolling. Bridges once again looking for a man left side, wide open Dotson, and he's just going to take that one out of bounds. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 42. Bridges passing again left side and incomplete, and I think if he looked the opposite way, he probably would have had Edwards wide open by himself.
Yep, one of those situations where, the guy was wide open to the right, but the QB looked left.
Left side.
Sometimes.
Caught by Waylon Jottle. Almost got him confused with that wide receiver for the Dolphins, but that's not him. It's going to be 3rd and 2. I'm pretty sure Jalen Waddle ain't balled, but passing it deep, and he had a man and dropped it, and that's going to be 4th and 2. I don't think he could have passed that any better with that type of coverage.
Yeah, that was a great pass. It might have been a deflected pass. It might have been a drop. Not quite sure there, but either way, excellent coverage and an excellent attempted pass.
Most definitely. And that's why he's one of the best. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does at the next level, but he's trying to get himself a championship ring before he does that. Right side, caught by Fee, 5-4 thumb, down to the 36-yard line. A nice pass there by West.
Yeah, West is one of those quarterbacks that's very effective when he does throw the ball.
Yeah. There goes J.R.
Maybe a lot of yards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not necessarily the splash play right there, but he's probably the closest thing to a game manager that you can ask for in the CSFA. Right side and incomplete. That's going to be 3rd and 4 coming up. And he's definitely got one of the better players we've seen in the CSFA, so why not give it to your actually one of your playmakers? That's another one. That's a Mike HAWK sighting right there. Didn't see that coming, but hey, when he gets the ball, he's just as effective and just as deadly. I've said it all season long. And that's going to be incomplete, wide open pass. Looked like that pass was just behind the receiver, but the receiver definitely needs to look that one in. He was by himself. Going to be West again, looking left side. That's one's caught. It's going to be a Sulu juking out of bounds, and that's going to move him inside the 40. 41 seconds left in this first half.
This pass game, we talk so much about the run game, but this pass game can and will be deadly sometimes.
Yes.
For Mile High.
Yeah, and just as you say, Daddy gets the sack. Albert Rivera taking them down for a loss of 10 already. West's going to have to pass it now. And that pass off the mark there. Going to be 3rd and 20. Central Houston Polytechnic's defense essentially holding up pretty strong at the current moment.
Yeah, for right now, it's both defenses are holding very, very strong.
And another errant pass there to the sidelines ain't going to get the job done. It's going to be 4th and 20. Still knotted at zeros, and we're pretty much got a new ball game coming up after this half. No one scores, but that's going to be a subpar punt there, out of bounds inside the 35 or so. And here comes Central Houston with 24 seconds left to ball.
This is a team that can go deep.
And what ready, willing, and able to do so, but they decide to go short. It's going to be 2nd and 10. I think you should leave the predictions to me, because usually when I do it, it usually comes true. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to throw it to Vic Dotson on this play. Just kidding. No, they're not. It's passing the left side. It's going to be Isaiah Fowler, and he's going to take it himself right before halftime. Blood down football getting into the end zone, and that's going to be the first strike of the day. That's going to take them to a 6-0 lead, pending the extra point. And how you feel about that, boss?
You know what? Good football so far. It's been a great game. Both teams have been battling it out. So, still got an entire half to go.
Most definitely. And Central Houston Polytechnic will appear to take this lead into the half, assuming Mile High doesn't answer within these next 7 seconds or so. That was actually perfect timing how I said that. But it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 30 for the Giants, looking to take this game to a tie ball game. They probably have one more play to do so. And it's going to be, and that's going to be no dice on the touchdown, but that will be completed. And we are halfway through the final semifinal football game for the playoffs. How are you seeing this game so far?
Hey, you know what? It was a slow start. I think maybe both teams starting to find their rhythm a little bit. James West got to feel the ball, throw the ball a bit. Sean Bridges obviously knows what the heck he's doing throwing the ball. And Ulf already almost at 100 yards. So I think we're in for a good finish here.
Yes, sir. Double checking the stats here. A 108 passer rating for Sean Bridges, 64 on the rating side for James West. Half and half in regards to completions to total passes there for James West, and 59 yards to 154. But you seen that big catch by Isaiah Fowler that kind of took the wind out of the sails a bit for Mile High. They're currently sitting with the current deficit at the current moment, 7-0. Going into the stats here, Edwards going 4 carries, -1 yards at the current moment, and that you'd think that will have like a huge effect on this game, but at the current moment, Central Houston has the lead.
I mean, we've always known Mile High is the running team and Central Houston's the passing team.
Yes, sir. Vic Dotson getting 3 for 42 on the day. Edwards did get that 3 for 30 on the receiving side. Kevin Lee, and they don't show Isaiah Fowler, but he had that huge catch. I think that was his first of the day, if I can remember.
It was, and it was a touchdown.
Yes, it was. Jackson Rodriguez with 2 for 12 at the current moment. Ulf has 1 for 3. And don't worry about V5 from. He's just a bot doing his thing. On defense, Dom Toretto Jr. with his first playoff game. He's got 7 tackles doing his thug thizzle. I remember his days at Georgetown. Now he's balling. It's going to be, his name is known with 2 tackles. That's all the user players here. On the Mile High side, Turd Ferguson with 3 tackles. Angel Flugel with 2 tackles. Jackson Rodriguez the 5th with 2. And Calvin Thomas with 2 as well. All doing their thing right there. Total plays wise, Mile High is holding it down mostly because of the run game. You see right there, they have almost as many rushing plays as Central Houston has total.
Yeah, that's kind of the story of how it goes for Mile High. They live and die by that run.
Yes, sir. Total yards, pretty even, but you can kind of take some of the yards away outside of that big pass play for Central Houston. Looks like Mile High is leading in regards to that outside of that big pass play. So solid job by both teams to make sure that this game is competitive all the way through. Only 1 sack at the current moment, and that was I think 3 or 4 minutes before the second half ended. Good job by the defenses so far. But we could go ahead and chat about this second half. We'll get it started. Make sure you like and subscribe. Like I always say, head to the description down below. At the current moment, the video time is at 25 minutes. So real good time there as well. But Looks like Mile High is going to start this one off. Tomlin Clementine with his first return of the game. Actually, no, second since they scored, since Century scored. But that being said, let's keep it moving. Mile High on offense. And they're going to give it straight to Mike, a spin move already. And that's what you do when you have two running backs right there that could get the job done. Mike gets him a first down.
They're maybe giving Olf just a little bit of a break after running so much in the first half.
Most definitely. And they're going to give straight to Olf after that. A gain of 3. And I'm sure Mile High is going to keep that pressure on them in regards to the run game. But they got to make sure they get stops on defense too. They can't give up those big plays and expect to win. But Tomlin Clementine going to get the first down. 7 for 13 on the day. 4 wide out set, hand off to Olf, and he's going to get another 3 or so. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, that outside block there just kind of fell apart.
We're going to give it to him again on the other side, and it becomes fruitful for him. Another first down inside the 35. They go. Mile High on the move.
And when Mile High gets moving, they get moving.
They get moving, but they get moving backwards that time. Looks like Jonathan Leonard on the play, a loss of 3.
I think I should just stop trying to say things, because anytime I say something, immediately the opposite happens.
It be like that sometimes, homie, but that pass was incomplete right there, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 13 situation. West passing this one again under some pressure, but gets it to Fum, but cannot turn upfield. The open field tackle closes that book, and they'll have a chance for some points on this field goal.
That's a bit of a long one there.
And it's going to be just a little short, a little to the right. That's not going to be good enough there. Mile High remains scoreless, and Central Houston has a shot to open this lead up a little bit if they can keep this offense running. And they're going to give it straight to Vic Dotson right out the gate, and he's going to give him a first down into Mile High territory. Up to this point, Central Houston's probably played a perfect game.
Yeah, they honestly have. I mean, these passes have been on point.
And a fumble right there, but Horton is going to pick it up. Luckily for Central Houston, they keep the possession, but that's going to be a sack of a loss of 3. Stayed a little too deep in that pocket, in my opinion, but pass behind the receiver again is going to set up a 3rd and 13 situation for Central Houston.
Well, and this is, again, something that they can easily overcome with just one play.
And we'll see if they try it there. Pass right side. It is caught by Kevin Lee, but cannot get past that first defender. Pretty much ended the exact same way Mile High had in that situation with 3rd and 13.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be Molyneux looking for the pin, but I think it's just a little bit too far inside the field. That's going to roll into the end zone for the touchback. Mile High has another shot. And this is one of the things that I think has kind of plagued Mile High up to this season. They run so much, and if they're losing, that's going to be detrimental to their chances because they'll end up running the clock out instead of moving down the field. How you think about that?
I mean, it's true, but at the same time, I mean, there's such a big risk reward there. If you can get runs like that, 10 yards every run, and it kind of pays off.
Most definitely. Because we're so used to seeing North hitting those 70, 80-plus yard touchdown runs as well. And if you could get 2 or 3 of those, then who really cares about the clock?
Exactly. Like, there's a certain element of it, too, that's just kind of like, all right, well, maybe. But sometimes it's just not working out. And when that happens, when it's just not working, you got to start passing.
Yes, and that's where the moxie of James West comes into the fold. But it's a 3rd and 1 situation. They're going to give it to Olf. And once again, like always, Old Reliable gets the job done. And they're inching closer to midfield. Going for the 3 wide. Asul's on the left side. And it's going to be a spin by Jacobson. I did it again. 2nd and 5. Got that yak, not that cognac. It's that yak. It's going to be passed right side, wide open Rodriguez, and he's going to juke his way inside the 35, down to the 33.
A nice pass there. I mean, every now and then you throw in a sprinkle in a pass, keep the defense on their toes.
And Off is going to make a gain of 5 pretty easy right there. They move inside the 30. Let's see if Central Houston can find a way to get off the field. But they move to the 3 wide out set here. Hand off to Mike again. And he's not going to get that big gain that we seen earlier in the game. But that's going to end quarter number 3. I think this game is worthy of some 4, so put them in the chat. It's going to be a big third down here. They're inch close to the field goal range. They're going to give it to Mike again, and he's going to get the job done. Closer to the red zone they go.
Just a couple yards out of the 20. So.
And it's going to be West passing this one again. It's going to be a Sulu. He's going to take this one out of bounds inside the 10. There goes Mile High. That offense that I was looking forward to seeing. Popping up at the right time. Hand off, and he's almost got into the end zone, even though they had a couple defenders watching. But it's going to be down to the 4-yard line. 4 wide out set here, and they're going to go ahead and pitch it. And Off is not going to get it there. A gain of 1. They're going to set up for the 3rd and goal.
If these inside the 5 situations are just so tough on teams to get in.
And he makes it look easy still. It's going to be a 7-6 ball game. Off Jacobson. I said it right this time. Verify it for me.
You said it right.
Damn right. And that's going to tie the ball game up with the extra point. And we got ourselves a tie ball game, folks. We got the final 7 minutes, 53 seconds. 7 minutes, 53 seconds. I thought I said 7 seconds, 53 minutes or something like that. But,
that's all right.
I can't tell either. We're going to keep it moving down to the 32-yard line or so. 33 for Central Houston. And they're looking to get that lead right back. Here comes Sean Bridges and the gang. It's going to be passing again. Wide open man. It's going to be Kevin Lee. And we're used to seeing Kevin Lee with those big gainers like we seen Fowler earlier. But up to this point, he's been working those short to intermediate routes fairly well.
And it's been doing them pretty good. I mean, 4 receptions, 20 yards, not too bad. And there's a sack.
Big play there by Grant. Taking them down in the backfield. Pretty much erasing that play. And it's going to set up 3rd and 10. They're going to fake the handoff here. Quick pitch right side. And that's a drop. And I believe that was Civic Dotson. Don't think he would have got the first down even if he caught it. But 4th and 10. Quick stop. Mile High.
That was just what the doctor ordered for Mile High. And now, try and get back down there and stretch this out.
No one's going to try to pick that one up. Let the punt roll inside the 20. I probably would have tried to get that one, at least try to take it forward. But I'm not the player nor the statistician, whatever. I'm just the commentary guy. Left side to the 20. And that's going to be a gain of 7 there for Off.
Yeah, maybe just one of those things on that return there where he just wasn't quite aware of where he was.
And a quick pitch on the left side. That left edge was screaming, and he had to get that one away. Nowhere to go in that one. He's going to hand off. Off is going to get the job done like he normally does on those 3rd and short situations. You might as well just call it 3rd and off because he's just going to pick it up however he wants to.
One way or another, he usually gets it done.
And he's going to get another.
That's kind of what you expect.
He gets another 8 or so on that play. The final 5 minutes of this ball game. We got ourselves an increased chance of possibly even seeing some extra quarters here if this keeps going at this rate. But Off is going to fall forward and pick up the first down.
I mean, they keep this up. They could very well see themselves at the end in the end zone with just a couple seconds left.
Big facts. And another short gain there for Off, a gain of 2. And you see right there, already draining 2.5 minutes on this particular drive. They're going to pitch it to him, and he's going to get stopped that time. There goes Ward on the play for a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, maybe going to the well one too many times. He's starting to get a little bit fatigued.
Going to be West. Quick pitch right side. Caught by Jackson, but he's going to be stopped short. A great tackle there right at the first down marker. And it's going to be a quick stop there. Well, exactly quick, but a nice stop there when they needed it.
Booming punt.
He sent that one to the stratosphere, as I always say. But that's going to be 1st and 10 at the 20. And Central Houston has the chance to close this one out on this one particular drive. Let's see if they can get the drive moving. Left side, caught by Kevin Lee. And he's just going to take that one out of bounds right at the 1st down mark. Secure yourself. Make sure you're not getting hurt. 1st and 10.
We got pretty good doctors out here.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It's going to be Edwards making the first man miss, and he'll get himself a 1st down. And Central Houston, 2 straight passes, 2 straight 1st downs. You can't write it up any better than that.
Well, not really. It's just kind of what they want, and Mile High really needs to start clamping down on it.
And it's going to be a drop on the left side. That should have been a catch. All he needed was the toe drag swag, if you will, but he couldn't haul it in, so he couldn't do it if he wanted to. And a quick sack there. That's going to be Calvin Thomas on the play right there. Good job there. Once again, Mile High is going to set him up with a 3rd and long situation. Quick pitch, right side. Kevin Lee gets the 1st down. A whole lot more out of bounds, and they're inside the 40 with that play. Nice job.
Yeah, that was kind of a breakdown there in coverage.
Most definitely. And once he has that ball, he has the speed to get it done. Left side is going to be Kevin Lee again, getting them involved in this offense. And it's moving them down the field with the final 90 seconds in this one. On a handoff again, Edwards fumbles the football, but Mitchell picks it up, and he's going to fall forward. Tough breaks there for Mile High. Could have been that way to keep him away from points, but Central Houston's going to keep it going with a 3rd and 4 situation. And they're going to run it, and Edwards is not going to get the job done. That's going to set up 4th and 2, and a big kick there for this freshman kicker.
Oh, this is a long field goal, too.
Jack, he's going to get it from 46, and that's going to put Central Houston on top. What a clutch play there from the Bloodhounds, and you got to give that kicker his credit.
Yeah, that was pretty big. Now it's the minute drill for Mile High. See if they can get something out of this.
52 seconds. And if they don't get it done, it's going to be Central Houston representing the 2s and 3s there in regards to the seeds. For the national championship, they're going to look short, and it goes nowhere. And it's going to be 2nd and 10. Definitely got to see some more plays up the field if they're trying to make this work. They do have all 3 timeouts, though. Passing the right side, wide open, Rodriguez, and he does get to midfield. So that's a good start, but they need to start moving the ball a lot quicker. 34 seconds.
You need to start taking timeouts.
That, too. Taking their time a little bit. Passing the right side, and it's off the hands of the receiver. And now they have 22 seconds to get at least 25 yards or so. That's being generous. 2nd and 10. Blitz coming, throws it, and almost intercepted. Those defenders were a bit faster, but very ill-advised pass there. Forced by that pressure. 3rd and 10 here. Pressure doesn't get home. The pass doesn't either. And it looks like their season is going to be up to this play right here.
This is it.
They're going to go 4 wide, 1 tight end. They send the blitz, doesn't get home, and he throws it away. And that is going to be a tough break there for Mile High right there. It's going to be 11 seconds, and I think they're going to still look for the 1st down. But looks like there's not too much Mile High can do. Taking the gain of 5 on that one, 6 seconds. I don't think the 2 timeouts is going to matter too much.
Nope. They should have been taking those earlier.
Yes, indeed. And Edwards is looking to try to get into the positive column in regards to rushing yards. That'll definitely help his cause. But at the current moment, it looks like Central Houston is going to be going to the championship game. Edwards is going to clean it up with a 1st down just to wrap it up and tie it in a bow. And that's going to be the end of the semifinals for the CSFA. And Central Houston comes through when they needed to, and the most big ups to their kicker for that long kick. And wow, Central Houston is going to be going back to the national championship game, and the number one, season 1 and the season 2 champions doesn't even make it.
Yeah, the back-to-back champs finally fall short.
It falls short.
Kind of a tough way to see them go, but you know what? Hey, sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles.
Yes, indeed. Sean Bridges came through. A real great game overall, 17 for 27. Had that big touchdown to break it loose right before the half. And then he was just thinking and dunking to his homies Vic Dotson and Kevin Lee, and they got the job done when they needed it. Solid job by Central Houston all around. They played really good defense as well. You got to give them credit.
Yeah, no, I mean, both quarterbacks, I think if West receivers were just a little bit more aware of their surroundings, this would have been a bit of a different game. But hey, you know, Central Houston came out. They were the better team.
Yes, indeed. Ulf Jacobson ended the day with 156 yards and on 38 carries. Still averaged 4 carries, so definitely not a bad game per se. But we're used to seeing him over 5 on most cases, especially when he hit one of those big runs for about 50 plus. But he hasn't had that one in this one in particular. Got to give credit to Central Houston once again. Going into the rest of the players here, though, 63% here for Sean Bridges, 48 for James West. Looking at Rodriguez, he had a pretty solid game there, 5 for 52. Usul had a couple of big catches as well, 2 15-yarders by the looks of it for 30 yards total. Vic Dotson came out with 4 for 62 on the day. Kevin Lee, 7 for 58. Tom Edwards, he didn't have the rushing yards that he'd like, but he definitely helped in the receiving end. He had some big first downs to help drain some clock. Looking at the defensive side of things, looks like the bot player had 12 tackles. That was pretty crazy. But down to Reddle with 9 tackles. His name is known with 6, and those are all the users there on that side. And it looks like it's going to be, let's see, Rodriguez the 5th with 4 tackles. Calvin Thomas with 5 and a sack. Terry Ferguson with 6. Leon Butler with just a forced fumble there. So shouldn't he have a tackle? That's case. But no.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, you're right. Forced fumble is different than tackle. Yeah, so we'll keep that there. Doing his thing right there. Going into the total plays. It's unfortunately they went down with the 69 nice there, but they did have a lot of plays there. Just didn't work in their favor. Central Houston, kind of similar to the last game. The team that won did not lead in the total plays. They just made sure they took advantage when they had the ball. Pretty even all around total yards wise. Mile High had the rushing plays, so obviously they'll have more in comparison to that. 4 total sacks again. That's 2 games in a row. Good job, but no turnovers on this one. So both teams did a good job keeping the ball on their side of the field. Let's check into.
There were definitely some opportunities there for Mile High to make a big impact, but it was not to be.
Good. Yes. Checking into this side here, Waylon Jottle had 1 for 8 on the day. Isaiah Fowler had that 1 catch, but it was a big one for 67 yards and the touchdown. Rondo Garcia had a target, but could not quite hit the scoreboard. Kevin Lee, like I said, 7 for 58. Vic Dotson, 4 for 62. And Tom Edwards, 4 for 41. Going into the defensive side, make sure I got all of the users. We got Toretto with 9 on the day. His name is known with 6. Fowler with 4. Let's see here. Jake Molyneux with 3. And let's see, Blake Wilson had 2. Vic Dotson found a way to have 2. That's dope. 1 tackle there for John Carter. Flame Dragon had 1 as well. Shout out to the defense there, getting them into the end zone. Well, defense helping the team get into the end zone and get enough so they can keep Mile High out the end zone. That's what I meant to say. I'm kind of confused myself. It's kind of late. But John Carter there with 5 on the return, on the punt return side. Isaiah Fowler, 15.5 on the kick return side. And kicking wise, he's 1 for 2, but that one was probably the biggest play in Central Houston's history up to this point. In regards to the playoffs, knocked it through right when they needed it, and the extra point also helped their cause as well. On the punting side, averaged 30, and I think that helped with that long punt that kind of rolled all the way down. That's a good job from him.
Yep.
Going into the Mile High side, 12 for 25 on the day for Wes, 127 yards. Mike had 4 for 24, averaging 6 a carry. Real good job from him. Off 38, 156, 1 TD. And actually, that's right there. His longest rush was only 14 yards. Not used to seeing that.
Yeah.
Not used to seeing
They
that.
held Ulf in check pretty well.
Mm-hmm. And looking at the receiving side of things, Rodriguez with 5 for 52, 2 for 30 there for Usulu Masulu Rusu. Now I can say that name better than Ulf Jacobson. I don't know why, but
Mm-hmm.
Tom Clementine there, 1 for 8. And it looks like Jalen Smith had no targets, couldn't quite make the scoreboard on that. I mean the box score. Terry Ferguson had 6 tackles. Calvin Thomas with 5 and a sack, like I said before. Rodriguez the 5th had 4. Looking down the list a little bit, Angel Fugo had 2 to start the second half, and it looks like it didn't change too much there. Blaze Young had 1 tackle. Vinny had 1 tackle. And I'm looking at a few more here. Just make sure Leon Butler had that forced fumble. And going into the return here, averaged 3 on the punt return for Flugel. Clementine averaged 17. Solid job on the return game. And looks like that 1 missed field goal did make a difference there. It could have been a tie ball game if everything lined up as is. And let's see, and decent enough punt average on this side, but we'll get the numbers when we get the actual stats. And my brother, I think that is going to wrap up the semifinals for the CSFA.
Absolutely, and we're gonna have a East Augusta versus Central Houston national championship taking place in, I believe it will be Charlotte.
Yes, I believe it did say Charlotte for that one right there. That's where it's going to be hosted. Can't wait to see how this one goes down. I can't wait to see. It's going to be a lot of action on this one. Moldy Cheese versus the receiving crew of Central Houston. Tank Falco versus Sean Bridges. There's a lot of storylines that we'll have to go over when it's that time. But I think it's time for us to wrap this one up here. Real great games for both of them. I can't wait to see how the Natty turns out. But we got to wait till Saturday. Until then, boss.
Absolutely, and I will see you then.
I will see you as well. Appreciate all of you for stopping by, showing some love to all of our players. Make sure you get on the field if you haven't already. Head down to the description. Check us out. And just join the league, man. Just get on the field. You could be making all these plays. That could be you getting that extra, that field goal for the win, or that touchdown, or running that one into the end zone. That could be you, but you slacking. So, outside of that, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Appreciate you all for standing by. It's your boy Stacks, and we'll set up for the USFA semifinals coming up tomorrow. So make sure you stand by for that. And outside that, we're out of here. We'll see you then. Stay safe.
Adios.